Morning all, tcDetects back out again. We are on another rally today. We are somewhere near Doncaster. I think we've got about 3 or 4 pasture fields to go at. Probably about 60, 80 detectorists today. So we are out with the Legend. I've got the new coil on and the new carbon shaft and arm cup setup. Only second time out with it. I think I better get some use out of it before the Versa turns up in a couple of weeks, because once I've got the Versa, I'll probably spend the next few months exclusively using that, getting some content, getting some user guide type videos and things together. So see how we crack on today. It's very dry, so the digging might be a bit problematic, but hey, what can you do? Look at the weather though, absolutely gorgeous. Right, off we go. Relatively quiet so far. On the back fields, there's 3 very large pasture fields in this particular rally. Well, the first decent signal. I had 2 of the signals, but they weren't decent, and one was a Red Bull can, the other one was some foil. So the first decent signal somewhere in this hole here, about 38 on the Legend. Somewhere down here. Soil is diggable, it's not too dry when you get a bit further down. Brilliantly, I just noticed that my trowel must be back in the car. So we're going to have to work without trowel today. Yep, there we go. First decent signal is a coin. Like, oh, that was Victoria penny. And the next signal is down here, about 15 feet away from that Victorian penny. No iron, 4748. Give that a dig, see what it is. And the other additional to the setup with the Legend today, a new pair of headphones. Seen these advertised on a few of the British sites. So when they came up on one of the Chinese sites, in this case AliExpress, I decided to invest in a pair because they're slightly cheaper. So I think paid about 40, including postage and packing from China. These are I think they're the August EP650 Bluetooth low latency in black. I'll get them in lots of other colours. Been detecting for a couple of hours now. First time I've used the headphones. They are very good in terms of the tones are coming through true, not really changing the tones, which occasionally headphones do sort of alter how they sound a little bit. That's not the case with these EP650s. The Bluetooth low latency is working well. Took me a little bit of a faff to pair them. Did that last night at home, but I think that's because I'd had previous headphones on the Legend, so it took a while to clear and then get these ones established, but now they're on. I think these are going to be my Legend headphones going forward. The other good thing about them is they're a little bit lighter than the ones I were using. I'm using the Micus Stealth headphones, which are the ones that used to ship with the Equinox 800 and 600. So these are a little bit lighter, and that's a bit better for the summer. Morning all, tcDetects back out again. We are on a group dig. We are with the Hindbourne and Ribble Valley Detectors Club. See the pasture on behind me up near Skipton, just over the border into Lancashire. Decided at a whim to come and do this one this weekend, and discovered that Mike and Rick from the Metal Detecting channel also coming as well. So I had a quick catch up with them before the off. You can already see the people in the fields behind me. We're out with the Legend today, the LG30 coil and the extra accessories. See what we find. And the first thing that is a thing is a key. Very clear, 40, about 6 inches down. Not very old though. Yeah, and this one's in the quad, very solid 32, no ferrous on the ferrous check. See what we get. Somewhere here. Bit of gold, hint of gold, but it's not, is it? It's going to trash. Yep. Some thin, goldeny looking, but not gold by any level, piece of trash. And this one's about 8 inches down. Leather still attached, no edge to it. Some form of collar or strap. Seems to say F Pickles on it. I'm sure I'll be able to clean it up a little bit and get to the bottom one from Beld Rock, Keld Rock, something like that. Anyway, there you go. No other fact. And first hole after a bite to eat is, well, I thought it might just be a ring thing, but I think it might be a ring. It's old, but it's rounded throughout, worn on one's head a little bit, but perfect size for a finger ring. I'll try and carefully clean it later and see if there's any markings on it. But next up was in the 30, sort of 33, 35 range, and is in this. Looks like a very, very battered button or coin. It's tcDetects, so it's bound to be a button. Yeah, I think that is a very battered old button. Sort of feels some, yeah, I can feel a shank in the middle. And next up is what looks like the underneath of a toy cat. The writing seems to say something like Speed Race or something like that. Made in England 1973. I think that was the underneath that connected. Low, wheels on either side. Yeah, well, looks like part of a toy car. Wonder if we'll find the rest of it. And first coin of the day in the afternoon. Bit battered, looks like a halfpenny, maybe a farthing. Been under a tree. Like been quite badly corroded. Not sure I'll get an idea of that, but yep, first coin. And possibly last signal. It's getting very, very, very windy and a bit blustery, and the clouds are getting darker and darker. But anyway, possibly last signal is this snaky hooky thing. I'd love that to be a snake belt buckle, but I don't think it is. A bit irony, although it didn't give an irony signal. So yeah, I'm going to say that's a hook of some description.
You crouch down a bit, don't show him bending his knees, do you?
And here we are with Mike and Rick from the Metal Detecting channel. If you've not watched it, you're missing out. Go and check it out now. Put a link in the description.
Thank you kindly, Mr. TC.
Guys, see you on the next one. Morning all, tcDetects back out again. We are on a pasture field or set of fields on my very first permission, so a hilltop farm sort of above the hills of Halifax. We're on here because it's that weird time of year when the grass is normally too high and or the arable farms are all in crop. So this particular part of the farm has cows on it often, and they've kept the grass down, so there's somewhere to come and a few, I don't know, probably 50 acres of this sort of field. They tend to get Victorian and Georgian coins and that sort of artifacts on them because there's been lots of quarrying done back in those days. So heavily quarried hillside. But yeah, we tend to find those sort of things up here. Field that way. Have found Roman on a couple of times, but they are the exception rather than the rule. So I wouldn't go far as saying they're my Roman fields or anything like that, but they do occasionally show up with some Roman finds. So hey, we can but hope, can't we? Out with the legend today. the Legend with me because I'm still playing with the LG30 coil and the new setup with carbon fibre shaft and the new arm cup. Good deal from Nokta to allow those to be sort of added when you're buying the LG30 coil. Trying to get as much in with the Legend as I can at the minute because the Versa from Rutus is imminent, and once that arrives I have a feeling that that will take up the next few months of my detecting as I get used to the new machine and make some more videos for all the Rutus Versa users that are out there. So yeah, so that's in the next few weeks. So for today we'll crack on with the Legend, see what we find, and thank you as always for watching tcDetects. And this hole here was ringing up at 45. Very clear, no iron, nothing like that. Got the earth out of the way. You've got like a, there's another button for a minute, but it looks like a coin. But it's a Queen Elizabeth II old style 1 penny. But first coin of the day. So let's see what's in this hole. Somewhere down there. It's down there. See it poking through that soil just there. Greeny. I wonder if it's a coiny greeny or some other sort of greeny. I have to flick that everywhere. But yeah, there we go. It is, by the look of it, coiny greeny, but very, very battered and thin. Coiny greeny, so some obvious shank. So I'm going to go coin, but utterly bad. And fairly unusual one for first hole in the afternoon. A quick bite to eat and a drink. I guess it looks like trash. Circular or oval. Some lines on it, as you can see there, so it's sort of patterned, but what is, I think, relatively unusual is it's lead. How pliable it is. But it's a lead roundy thing. And the first thing down here in this hole, quite shallow, lots of stones around, like I said, lots of quarrying in this particular area, and it looks like we have a little coin or button. For some reason Legend struggling to pinpoint this. It was fine without the pinpoint function, and you would expect that to give a decent signal, but the pinpoint function was invisible, which was a bit weird, so keep an eye on that today. Like I said, not upgraded the Legend or anything recently, so not sure what that was about. But yeah, there you go. tcDetects on the buttons. So what we have here is, let's sort that side first. Thought it was a buckle, then I noticed the cogs on it. Turn it over. More cogs. Remnants of a. It's not a watch, obviously. It's too big. Be a small clock or something else that uses cogs. And next up is what looks like some form of animal tag. Sure, I've had a dog tag off field next to this before now. That is very worn and smooth though, so clearly attached to something. It was a coin originally, but I don't think that is. So yeah, some form of tag for something, not sure what. Maybe last up is this, what was, attached onto something. Probably something went through it. It has a sort of floral petal design. No real edge to it, I'm guessing. Coppery. Yeah, so there you go. A vaguely florally thing. Anybody got any ideas? Please put it in the comments. Cool.